I'm going to create a new script called movement. Okay, so we want to get reference to character controller, and I'm going to call this controller, and we need player input, reference to player input also. And we are going to assign this or get references in start. Controller is get component, and so I'm going to create a method called move. Here we are going to get if any action is performed. So we are going to use player input actions, and we are going to read its value. It's going to be vector 2. So that is the value we had set in the action map. So this is going to return vector 2. I'm going to call it input vector. So the vector will have x and y values. Positive x is, I think, left or right, either of them, or negative is the other one. And positive y is up key, and negative is down. So if nothing is, so I'm first going to check if the values are not zero. Input vector values are not zero. So if input vector is not equal to vector 2 dot 0, then we want to move the character. So if input vector and up key is captured in y value is not equal to 0. In fact, since we are looking at only up key, which is going to be 1, so we are not handling the down key. So I'm going to change it to input key dot y greater than 0. Then we want to move the character. So we have the reference to controller, and we are going to call move object. And at what speed we want to move. So I'm going to create a variable serialized field called walk speed. I'm going to set it to 10 for now. And this is going to be float. So we want to move in the forward direction. So it's transform dot forward, and we will multiply this by input vector dot y, because using on-screen stick we are going to get continuous analog values. So values are going to be between 0 to 1, and if and I want to change the speed depending on how much the stick is moved up and down. So that's why that value is captured in input vector dot y. So on the keyboard, this is always going to be 1 if user has pressed up key. But with the joystick, you can control how much upward movement you want to make. So that is captured in input vector.y. I'm going to multiply that with walk speed and then time dot delta time to account for to make it independent of the frame rate. So this handles up and down, upward movements, forward movement. Um, so handle forward movement, not here. Yeah, yeah, should be here. Let's handle left and right arrows also. So left, right, turn. And this is captured in input vector x, vector dot x. If it is not equal to 0, so we want to rotate the character, and I'm going to add another variable here called rotation speed, and I'm going to set that also to 10. For rotating the character, we are going to, but first again, with the joystick, you can control how much you want to rotate. So um, I'm going to capture that in rotation value is its rotation speed, and then how much joystick is moved to left and right. In case of keyboard, it is going to be 1 or -1, no intermediate values, or 0 if nothing is pressed. So it's input vector dot x, and then I'm going to use transform dot rotate to rotate the character. The character will be rotated along y-axis. So going to be rotation value and then time dot delta time, and set value is 0. And I'm going to call move function from update. Let's add the script movement script to player, and let's run. So here I'm using the on-screen joystick. The speed is less here. If I move all the way, it's like the character is like running. So I think the character controller is working fine. With keyboard, it's one speed, constant speed, and left right key presses, key arrow keys is turning the character. And since the camera is also moving along with the character, you see character at in the same position, or it appears in the same position. Okay, I think the rotation speed is a little less, so I'm going to change it to 20.